So simply what we have to do is we have to compare this each and every index in the array with Raju and match it. If it is matching, then we can display the location. So for comparing this, for extracting each and every value, we'll be using a loop, because we are doing the same process. That is, we'll compare Tina with Raju, we'll compare Raju with Raju, we'll compare Ritesh with Raju. So the process of comparing is being repeated. So for that we'll use a for loop. And as we had seen earlier, we'll start with 0 because the index is starting with 0. So for I equal to 1, the 0 to upper bound, right? Because we want to know the upper bound of the array. So upper bound of a names, and we have to just simply take each and every value. A names bracket I, since I will be varying for each iteration starting with 0 to 3, 0, 1 to 3, and equal to Raju. So what will happen if we have to put this thing in because if Raju matches with the index value, then we have to give the location, right? Then message box, let's say location is and the location will be, as you know, Raju is in the second position, and that is for the index value of 1. So that is the value of I will be 1, for which the value Raju will be matching with array. So we'll use I plus 1 in order to give the location. So I plus 1. So when the value of I is 1, a names I is Raju, and Raju will match, and therefore the value is 1, and therefore the location is 1 plus 1, that is 2, right? Now this is because the index is starting with 0, but we are counting from 1, and we have to just simply end this using end if. Okay, so when I run this, it will give me the location 0. So the location is 2. Now let's say that instead of Raju, I'm writing some other name, Rahul. Raju doesn't exist. So what will happen when I run this script? Okay, it will run successfully, but nothing will happen because I have not given any condition. So what you can do is to improvise on your programming skills. You can add something to it, that suppose Raju doesn't exist in the array, then throw the message that the string doesn't exist at all. Then we don't even have to start comparing and counting the location, comparing and finding Raju. So it's not even necessary. So in the beginning itself, you can write a small code which will search whether Raju is there or not in the. So this you can do on your own, and we will move on to the next code. Now the next program which we'll see is to search for a string in a multi-dimensional array. So we are already seen how to search for a string in a single dimensional array. So how do you do using a multi-dimensional array? So let's say I'm putting the values in my array, and let's define the size of this array, say 1, 1. So it can hold 4 values, 0, 1, 0, 1 in each dimension, and let's give some name. Okay, so this is my 2-dimensional array which is having different values, different names in it. Okay, and suppose I want to search for a name in this array. How will I do it? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and the last one is 1, 1. Okay, now one thing you have to remember for searching a string in a like we used for loop for single dimensional array, for 2-dimensional array we have to use 2 for loop, because one for each dimension. So suppose I am writing for I equal to, let's say the inside one is j, for j equal to 0 to 1, and let's say we write I equal to 0 to 1. Okay, and I won't show you the entire code for searching because you already know that. I'll just show you how to display any of the name. Okay, So what I'll do is, for one dimensional, as I used a single loop and a single variable, I'll use I comma j. For two dimensional array, that is, I'll use two variables each for each dimension. So what will happen is, initially the value of j will be 0. So this is nested for, and in nested for what happens is, initially the loop will run for I equal to 0. So for I equal to 0, the loop will enter, it will enter the second for loop, and it will run twice for j equal to 0 and j equal to 1. So for single value of I, that is I equal to 0, the loop will run twice, that is for j equal to 0 and j equal to 1, and therefore the array names will be 0 comma 1. Okay, 0 comma 1, because value of j is changing. Initially it will be 0 comma 0, and for second iteration it will be 0 comma 1, because the value of j is changing for the value of I equal to 0. Now similarly, for I equal to 1, the second iteration of the outer loop, that is the value of I equal to 1, again the inner loop will run twice for j equal to 0, 1 comma 0, and j equal to 1, 1 comma 1. So as you can see, this loop will run 4 times, and you'll see that you'll be able to display all the values in the loop using this nested for method. Okay, so you have to just write I comma j. So when I run this, each and every value in my loop is displayed. So I won't show you the program in order to find the string in your loop. I'll just run this. Okay, there's some issue with the loop. Okay, as you can see, the 2 is not in blue. Okay, the QTP inbuilt functions are in blue. Now the Q2 is in blue. So there's some mistake in the spelling, I guess. So now when I run it, it will display each and every name in my two-dimensional array. Okay, so you can modify this code to find the name. So search for a name in your two-dimensional array. Now let's see some multiple approaches in solving a problem. These could be asked in your interview questions. Suppose I have a string, my name is a string, and it is having a string of characters. Okay, so let's say I have to find the number of D's, okay, in my string. If you see, there are 3 D's over here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there are 4 D's actually. Okay, so let's see how do we do it using 2 different approaches. So first I'll show you the approach 1, wherein we are using each and every character from the string and we are comparing it with the D, and then we can use the counter method, which I had already shown you.